Okay, good day class. So, our topic for today will be the first principle of differential calculus. Okay, so I hope may idea kayo kung ano yung um, tinatawag natin na slope ng isang function, no? So, if you have encountered functions in the form y is equal to mx plus b, no? That's the standard, that is the point slope form. Why? Because sa ganitong format ng ating function, makikita natin agad kung ano yung y-intercept, no? So, this is b. And also, the slope, which is m. So, anong meaning yan? So, if, for example, we have a function that is y is equal to 2x plus 3, I can say that this will be my intercept, 3, and 2 will be my slope. And let's try to graph this function. Okay, so paano natin kukunin yung y-intercept? We let x equal 0. Ano nga ba ulit yung y-intercept? Y-intercept is the point wherein the function intercepts or intersects, no, the y axis. So let me first draw the Cartesian plane. So if that is my x and y axis, so let's try to plot some points, sample points. So if x is equal to 0, then my y will be 2 times 0 plus 3. Okay, so y is equal to 3 at x equals 0. So where is that? At x equals 0, so ito yon, y, 1, 2, and 3. Ibig sabihin, meron tayong point dyan that is part of the function, that is the point 0, 3. Okay, so kuha ulit tayo ng isang point. So x-intercept naman. So kapag x-intercept, you just let y equal to 0. No? So at y equals 0, therefore, that is equal to, if my y is equal to 0, my y is equal to 2x plus 3, which is equal to 0. Okay, so you're solving this, we'll get negative 3 over 2 or negative 1.5. Okay, so saan yon? If that is x equals 0, 1.5 will be, if this is negative 1, this is negative 2, this is negative 1.5. Okay, so kupain lang natin yon. So this will be my point, negative 1.5, 0. Okay, and the function will be like this. Okay? So, ano nga ba ang gustong sabihin ng slope? Okay, so, yung intercept kasi, madaling maintindihan. Kapag ganitong form, makita mo na agad yung y-intercept. So, dito, sa example na to, 3 yung ating y-intercept, and we know that it will intersect the y-axis at y equals 3. Ayan. Okay? So, ano nga ba ang meaning ng slope? So, ang slope is, m is the slope. It is also defined as the equation for it is the rise over the run. Okay? So, sa x units mo na step, how many steps in the y direction will you take? Okay? So, tignan natin. Okay? So, ang sinasabi is that for every 1 step in the x, I will have 2 steps sa aking y. Okay, so negative 1.5 kung papansinin nyo, no? This is negative, the distance of this is 1.5, but the distance of this is 3. No? If this is a triangle, this is 1.5 and this is 3. No? Ibig sabihin, sa x steps ko, in my x steps, I have 2 times x direction. I have 2x steps in the y direction. So, ayan, no? If for example, sa ating function, this is not 2, this is 3, meaning, itong function na to is mas matarik siya. No? And so on and so forth. Kung ito ay gagawin kong 4, yung slope, mas matarik pa siya. Ganyan, no? But, since hindi natin binago yung intercept, it will always intersect at that point. No? Tumatarik lang siya. Okay? So, yun yung ating, or yun yung implications ng ating slope. Okay, so the slope is the rise over run. If I have slope that is equal to 1, meaning kada step ko ng x, no, this is 1 unit ng x, I will have 1 unit ng step in the y direction also. Okay, so ito yung itsura niya. Okay, if I have m is equal to 2, my 1 unit ng change sa x will cause 2 units ng change sa y. If m is equal to 3, then this will be 3 units na increase. Okay, so I hope naintindihan kung ano yung slope. Okay. Continuing, let's do this. Okay. Let's say I have a function na ganito yung itsura. Or, teka lang. Gawin natin yan. Nope. Pangit. Yan. Okay. So, kanina, doon sa linear function natin na example, madali maintindihan kung ano yung slope ng isang function. Kasi, it just gives an idea about the steepness of the function, of the line, of the graph. Pero, paano naman kapag yung ating function ay isa siyang curve, no? Hindi siya linear function katulad nito, no? Katulad nitong mga examples na to. Paano kapag siya ay random yung kanyang itsura, ganito yung kanyang curve? How do we get the slope of this function? No? So, we do that by utilizing the tangent of any point at that curve or of that function at any point of the function. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, kapag ganito yung ating function, yung slope niya is changing. Palagi siyang changing. Bakit? Kasi if we were to draw the tangent line of this function, marami, no? Kada point, meron siyang tangent line. Let's say, for this point, no? For this point, ang tangent line niya is, teka lang. Ang tangent line, for everybody na hindi alam kung ano yung tangent line, it is a line that intersects with the curve only once. No? Teka. Intersects only once. So meaning, sa function, sa point na to, ang kanyang tangent line is here. No? And if kukunin naman natin yung tangent line niya dito, it's somewhere, somewhere here. Dito mama. Yan. Okay? And kapag dito naman, ang tangent line niya is somewhere here. Okay? So, kung titignan nyo, nagkaroon tayo ng parang linear graph when we took the tangent of a line at a certain point in the function. Okay? So, nagkaroon tayo ng 1, 2, at 3 tangent lines, no? And we have infinitely many tangent lines that we can draw dito sa function na to. May it be in that point, this point, this point, this point, or at any point, or at any point dito sa ating, in every point sa ating function. Okay? So, ganun po natin kinukuha yung ating slope. Okay? So, dito, sa function na to, at point, let's say this is x0, this is x1, no? This is x3. Ito lang yung mga examples na kinuha natin, no? So, meron tayong na-produce na isang tangent line, corresponding tangent line at x naught, x sub 0. Meron din tayo nakuwang tangent line sa point or sa coordinate x1. Meron din tayo sa x3 and meron din tayo so on and so forth. Lahat ng points na yan. Okay, so yun po yung nagiging slope ng ating function. Pero the problem is, kung makikita nyo, iba-iba siya eh. No? Yung slope ng function, yung value na nakadepende sa kanyang steepness, diba? So, if ganito yung kanyang slope, medyo steep, medyo mataas ang slope niyan, ano? If ganito yung slope niya, horizontal, that means the slope is equal to 0. Kasi it's neither, hindi siya umaakyat eh. Kahit ilang steps ko sa x units or sa x direction, wala siyang increase sa y, no? Kaya yung m ko is equal to 0, yung slope ko ay 0. Pero kapag siya naman ay pababa, ang slope ko na dito is negative. Negative na. Bakit? Kasi sa x steps ko to the right, ang y ko is in the negative direction, no? Pababa siya. Okay? Negative. This is positive x, this is negative y, no? Kaya ang kanyang slope dito is negative. No? So, the question is, since iba-iba yung kanyang tangent line, iba yung kanyang slope kada x, how will I capture everything in one function? Paano ko kukunin yung function na makakapag-describe sa akin ng isang or ng slope ng isang function? Kasi kanina dito madali eh. Kita mo na kapag linear function, kita mo na yung kanyang slope. Kitang-kita mo siya. Pero kapag siya ay hindi na siya linear, may it be quadratic, no? May it be cubic, quartic, or kahit nga mga transcendental functions, mga trigonometric functions, hindi mo na makita itong ganitong itsura na straight lang, no? So what we do is, no, let me redraw it again. Let me redraw it. If this is my x and y, and my function is something like that, how do I get the equation of a tangent line? Okay? So, before going to tangent lines, we can actually first set a secant line, no? If ang tangent line is a line that intersects only once, no, sa ating function, a secant line intersects twice, no? Dalawang beses niyang binubunggo yung ating function. So, let me draw a an example of a secant line. No? That is a secant line. Bakit? It intersected the function twice. So, ano yung important nito? No? So, let's try na i-label tong mga important parts ng function. Let this be x1 and let this be x2. No? Yung points ng tangent line. I mean, yung x coordinates, x values, where the function hit the curve. Okay? So, if this is my function f of x, then therefore, the function value at x equal x1, this is f of x1, and this is f of x2. So, ang coordinates po nitong points na to is x1, f x1, and ito naman, that is x2, f of x2. Okay, so yan yung coordinates ng functions na yan. Okay, so let's try to get the slope of this secant line, no? Yung slope ng secant line, that is equal to the rise over run. Okay? And let's set another value, no? If this the coordinate of this is x1 and this is x2, let's name this h, a distance h, no? The difference between sorry, hindi yan dyan, papunta yun dito. Okay, let me erase that quick. Oh no, never mind, okay na yan. Okay, so the distance from x1 to x2 is h. Okay, so if this is my x1, ibig sabihin, my x1 plus h is equal to x2. Kaya, di ba? x2 minus x1, that is equal to, that is equal to my h. Yun lang yun. So, parang x2, ito yung distance ng x2, minus this distance ng x1, ang matitira sa akin is itong distance na to, which is h. Okay? So, I hope naintindihan yon. So, x2 minus x1, that is equal to h. Or, x1 plus this distance gives me this distance. No? Kung ito yung ating, no, dito tayo manggagaling, this is a number line, no? This is my x1 plus h, that is equal to x2. Ganun lang po kasimple, no? Okay. That is equal to my h. Okay? Then therefore, if this is true, x2 is equal to x1 plus h, then my f of x2, that is also equal to my f of x1 plus h. Tama? So, itong value na to, this is also equal to f of x1 plus h. No? This value is also equal to this. Same lang yan. fx2. Okay? So, balik tayo dito sa rise over run. Ano nga ba yung rise? Ano yung kanyang ini-rise? So, from fx papunta kay fx2, yun yung kanyang ini-rise. No? So, we can write that as fx2, which is equal to yun muna, fx2 minus fx1 all over, yung kanyang run is, well, this distance, ito yung kanyang rise, at ito yung kanyang run. So that is x2 minus x1, or that's just simply h. Okay? But my fx1 is equal to, my fx2 is equal to what? That is equal to f of x1 plus h minus f of x all over h. So that is the equation for the slope of my secant line. Okay? So the question is, paano natin gagawin ngayon na yung secant line ay maging tangent line? Kasi yung gusto natin is to get the tangent line or the slope at any single point. Kasi itong secant line, hindi naman ito na-determine yung slope at a single point. Bakit? Kasi dalawang points ngayon na intercept niya no? Kumbaga, this is a completely random line na drawing lang natin dito. Pero, kapag tangent line siya, yun na makukuha natin yung kanyang slope, kada point, no? So, how do we make this secant line a tangent line? Let me... Paano ba mag-copy dito? Sorry guys. So, ang gagawin lang natin, imagine nyo, i-drawing ko ulit lang para mas malinis tignan. My function is something like that. Tama ba? So, ang secant line ko ay kanina ganito. And this distance, that distance, that is my h. Okay? So, in order for this secant line to become a tangent line, itatry lang natin tong usugin, itong function na to, itong line na to, itatry natin siyang usugin papunta doon. No? So, ano maging itsura niyan? Becomes something like this, no? Palapitin natin ng palapitin doon such that magiging tangent line na lang siya. Okay? So, how will we do that? No? Ang daling sabihin, pero paano natin gagawin, no? So, kung mapapansin nyo, nagbabago yung kanyang h. From this distance, from this distance, yung h natin, naging ito na lang siya. Umikli. Hanggang naging ito na lang siya, hanggang naging yun na lang, no? So, yung h natin paliit ng paliit ng paliit. Such a time na yung h natin magiging 0 na lang siya. Bakit? Kasi kapag yung h natin ay 0, these 2 points are practically coinciding with one another. Tama? Nagkakaroon ka lang naman ng h if there's a distance between the 2 points. This one and this one. Pero if you make the distance 0, it's as if pinagpatong muna yung dalawang points na yon into that single point. No? Tingnan natin yung evolution ng dalawang points na yon, no? Naglapit sila. Ayun. Naglapit doon hanggang dito. Naglapit ulit sila papunta doon. Hanggang sa mag-coincide sila papunta doon sa point na yon. Okay, naintindihan? And how will we do that? No? Let me bring back the equation for the secant line, for the tangent, for the slope of the secant line, which is f of x plus h minus f of x. No? Hindi ko na ilalagay yung x1. I-assume ko na lang na x na to. Alisin ko na tong 1 na to. Sorry. Saan yan? That is x, no? Para hindi ko nalalagay ng subscript. Kasi isa lang naman yung x natin dyan. Hindi na natin pinapansin si x2, si x1 na lang. And we'll name that just as x, no? So, my m secant is f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. And in order for me to get the slope of this tangent line, naging tangent line na yan eh, no? So, that is the slope of the tangent line that is equal to what? This equation, but we'll get the limit of this function, of this expression, no? F of x plus h minus f of x all over h will get the limit of this function as my h approaches 0. Diba? Itong h na to, pinapaliit natin siya ng pinapaliit such that it becomes 0. Okay? And this, guys, is what we call the tangent function, which is what we call the derivative. Okay? And this, guys, this is the first principle, of differential calculus. Okay? So, ito po guys yung definition natin ng derivative. How do we get the derivative of a function? Ito lang. Huh? If my function is, x squared plus 2x plus 1, how do I get the derivative of this function? Well, you plug this function into this. And you solve the limit as h approaches 0, and there you will get the tangent function or the derivative of the given function. So, sa madaling sabi, guys, when we get the derivative of a function, it actually means that we are trying to get a function describing the tangent lines, no? Or the slope, the slope of the tangent lines. Bakit? Kasi it's the rate of change. It's the rate at which the function is changing. It is the rate at which y takes n steps up as I go x steps to the right or to the left. No? It is the rate of change of the function. Diba? If this is my function, sa point na to, I may ask myself, gaano kabilis nagbabago yung function? And I can describe the rate of change of the function using that tangent line at that point. Pero pagdating dito sa point na to, hindi na eh. Ganito na siya eh. Ganito yung rate of change niya. Pagdating dito, ganun naman yung kanyang rate of change. It's as if, no? Ganito nyo siya imaginein. Para kang umaakyat sa bundok. Ito yung bundok. No? Dito, sa part na to, nung nandito ka pa, baguhin natin yung kulay. Ay! Oh no. Nawala. So, nandito ka, na person. No, malaking ulo mo. So, dito sa point na to, how will we compare yung ating concept dito sa ating pag-akyat? No? So, imagine mo, kapag nandito ka pa sa part na to, hindi ka pa masyadong nahihirapan eh, kasi medyo patag pa siya. Ano? Medyo chill pa siya. Pero pagdating sa part na to, pag andito ka na sa part na to, parang medyo patirik na siya, no? So medyo kailangan mo na mag-prepare kasi alam mo medyo mas mapapagod ka, no? Hanggang sa nandito ka na, no? Sa part na to, kita mo, hala, parang halos vertical na yung nilalakaran ko, no? Medyo mas mahirap na siya. No, so what I'm trying to say is every step of the way dito sa bundok na to, the slope is changing, no? Kaya po siya tinatawag na differential calculus, no? Kasi it's differing, no? It's constantly changing. And we have to capture that change. No? So for every function that we have, I can get a derivative or a tangent function that can describe the rate of change at which the mountain, quote unquote, occurs, no? So dito sa part na to, medyo mababa pa yung slope, medyo chill pa ako, no? Pero pag nandito sa part na to, medyo yung slope ko medyo mas mataas na. Kung ang slope ko dito ay maliit lang, dito yung slope ko ay mataas na. Hanggang sa dumating ako sa point na to, no? Wherein yung slope ko ay 0. Bakit? Yung tangent line ko ay ganyan lang. Kumbaga, ito yung part doon sa akyat mo sa bundok. Pag nakarating ka sa tuktok, hindi mo alam mga feel mo, tapos na yung nakakapagod na part, which is yung paakyat. Ito yung positive na slope. Nandito ka na sa tuktok, ngayon, pababa ka na, papunta ka na dito, no? Pababa ka na, negative na yung slope dito. Kung kanina, nahihirapan ka umakyat, ngayon naman, mahihirapan kang promeno, pababa. Diba? Kasi pababa ka na and matarik siya. Magkaibang feeling na yun, no? Yung paakyat ka versus pababa ka sa isang matarik na lugar. No? And that is the essence of getting the derivative of a function. We are actually recognizing that our functions are changing bit by bit or point by point, no? Hindi lahat ng functions ay katulad nung kaninang function that is linear, no? Hindi lahat ng function linear katulad nito. No? Hindi lahat ng function katulad niyan. Wherein yung aking slope ay constant. Yung aking slope dito ay pabago-bago. No? Majority of the functions that we have. That is why it's important to study how we get the derivative of a function. Okay? And we get it by using the first principle. This is the very first principle of the very first principle of differential calculus. It's the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. Okay? So that is the first principle of differential calculus. So sa next video natin, we will discuss some examples of this. Okay? Thank you.